What's up to my YouTube and my MySpace family? This is your girl, Miss TJ, and I am actually responding to the um, the backlash going on with John McCain and his choice of vice presidential candidate, the Honorable Governor Sarah Palin or Palin or whatever her name is. Um, I must say, as a voter, an American citizen, and I've always been registered to vote since I was 18 years old. I am appalled at the apparent political game that the Republican Party has allowed John McCain to play. I am obviously 110% female. I am not at all impressed by Governor Palin. I'm very happy that she aborted the plans for to continue with the bridge to nowhere. But I think if you asked a 10-year-old if they would spend their candy money on a bridge to nowhere, they would say it's not going anywhere. That didn't take a genius to do. Governor Palin, whatever your name is, I'm very happy that you have wonderful glasses. I think that they're very fashionable. I'm happy that you have a that messy look with the updo. I think it's a wonderful hairdo and it does fit you well. It slims your face nicely. I think your makeup is fierce. What a wonderful makeup job you have. I think you do dress well. You know, they made a big point that you are a sexy woman, and you are, and that you weren't flaunting your sexiness. Well, as a governor, I don't think that would be appropriate, and it again does not take a rocket scientist to figure that out. And I'm glad that you do a wonderful job in Alaska, but it's just not enough to say, okay, we're going to make you second in command for one of the most powerful countries in the free world. Now, the reason I say one of the most powerful countries as opposed to the most powerful country is because prior to the jackass otherwise known as George Bush taking office, we were the most powerful country in the free world. We lost that status when we went on a hunt for weapons of mass destruction, of which our president knew that they did not exist. And so did most Americans. We knew that we were not fighting a war that had anything to do with 9/11. We were fighting the war to hope to gain a monopoly on the world oil market, which we have failed miserably. You cannot whip an opponent that will gladly whip themselves. It's kind of like saying you're going to ball up your fist and beat someone who is in the S&M. They like being spanked. You're not going to win that war. So we are winning many battles in Iraq, but we're not winning a war. And I think that the debacle that's otherwise known as the vice presidency for our country, I'm appalled. If that was supposed to win my vote, because I wasn't quite sure, really I wasn't, which direction I was voting in, you blew it, John McCain. It's very obvious from the onset. No one knows who this woman is. She has questionable control issues, that she would try to ban a book or fire a sheriff who was sleeping with one of her relatives. Now, what does that have to do with her and her being a mayor or a governor? What does that have nothing to do with you? And her interview with the town hall was atrocious. She never answered the question, what were her plans for our foreign policy? Can we please get a brief outline? The reason she can't answer that question is because she's not qualified for the job. The fact that she dresses well, the fact that she looks good, the fact that she's a mom, the fact that she obviously can run the hell out of one of the most sparsely populated states in our nation does not mean that she's ready to be second in command for our country. How dare you, John McCain, make a mockery of my femininity, you ignorant bastard. Did I just say that? How dare you think that American women would be dumb enough to vote for Barbie? You're not Ken. I'm not impressed with this lady. Why didn't you at least try to approach someone, Madeleine Albright, Condoleezza Rice. You had people, but you went and get somebody, we don't know her. And the one thing that we do know about her, she has no national or international policy experience. McCain, cut it out. Okay? If I had the deciding vote, you would lose just on principle. What are you going to do with this broad when she gets in a ring with Joe Biden and she has to answer anonymous questions, untaped, unrehearsed questions from reporters and the audience, just from everyday people like me? Because she wouldn't have talked me around in circles. I just want you to answer the question. And she never can answer the question because she has no idea. It's not to say that I would know. I would know. I wouldn't know. But I'm not up for the vice presidential seat for our country. You are 99 years old, Mr. McCain. If you die in 2 years, we'll be in the hands of Barbie? Really? I'm insulted. As a woman, I'm insulted. And you know what, McCain? I wouldn't vote for you if you were running against the descendants of Britney Spears. I'm afraid I would have to probably pick the Spears brothers because they're just as intelligent as your running mate, you jackass. There's more where this came from. Peace.